Yeah? Okay, cool. I'm thinking it's different in the way how many brands we have. And so our personalization obviously will be scaled to each website, but then it's very interesting because the behavior that we would have would be copying the same thing across the site, because we have sometimes products that are sold on one website and on the other, but we have to remember that there are actually different customers and different audiences, and the overall package, the overall products that we sell online is completely different. So therefore the behavior of customers would be different on each site. So we really need to remember to who we are selling this to and on what websites, and each website have their own particularities. So I think that's one thing where it's very different, is we have a breadth of different personalization style to look at, and it's very refreshing because every day we can then just jump in one and then going to another, and it gives idea to each other as well. But yeah, I think that's how it is at Frasers Group. COVID changed us all, and it really changed the way how, websites works and how people shop online. So we've heard today that you actually have new people coming online and shopping on website, and they've never done it before. So it's also about identifying these people and making the journey pleasant, because it's a new journey for them. It's something new. So yeah, you want them to come back ultimately afterwards as well. So it just added a different dimension, and there are things that we can showcase online that we can't do in stores, and vice versa. So it's trying to understand that difference. For instance, in stores there are some like things happening in stores that we don't really realize that when we go in a store. So for instance, each aisle are placed in a way for the people to walk through these aisles, and then at the end next to the till you have things to buy and that sort of thing. That, well, all of this needs to if you are used to the store, it's kind of like the things that then you need to reproduce afterwards online. So online journey has changed, and therefore personalization has changed too. So you have new users that come to your site, and so new opportunities to identify them, and new opportunities of personalization. So you kind of like, it pushes you also to think outside the box, and it pushes you to think of the end-to-end journey with the delivery, ordering online to the delivery, and you need to be careful with all of this, and how you need to update your content for the user, that new user who normally shop online, on stores, then come online, and how do you explain all of this and how you make that journey very enjoyable for all users. So I think personalization in 2023 would be linked to the possibilities that we give ourselves with the technology. I think we are more and more going not to one website, but to 2 websites or 3 websites, 4 websites, depending on what customers type you are. And therefore, it's all about not having one website, but multiple websites. And will the technology help you to get there? Right now, we have these platforms that comes and comes as an overlay on your site, but would it be then possible later on to just have a core, not one website, but multiple websites, without disrupting the journeys of users and without having small limitation? So I think that's where we would be, is multiple websites, multiple journeys, without the customers really realizing it, And then the help that I could give today is obviously, it's all about the presentation that I did earlier, but it's when you start a personalization program, I think it is valuable to spend time on building a strong base with your stakeholders, about processes and educating your business. Once you've got that healthy environment, then you would be ready to get a great and strong personalization program. It's very, very important to spend time on these areas first and not jumping ahead and trying to do personalization directly, because I feel you will then get into an area where you don't have a lot of answers and you will then chase your tail and end up trying to understand what it is and what to do, and it will just be a circle. So that's the first advice, and then from that is obviously work your way to personalization, and in the meantime, it's all about the trial and error and the testing program as well. So try to have some tests already on the site, and from these, what are the learnings that you can get, and that's how then you would be able to create your personalization roadmap and identify the valuable customers that you would like to go after. And then always optimize. To me, it's not because it's working once that it's not meant to work better. So that's the advice that I would give to people in general. Right, there has been a few, I must say, but I think I was really intrigued by the presentation from Nina on Farfetch, and all the future support that we will get at that time in shopping environment. I'm looking forward to have my app on my phone and then ordering from home and talking to a personal shopper. That's quite interesting. And I think like we're already kind of there, and it's just the unknown. And it reminds me when I was actually 11 years old and we were talking about cell phones and how we could get internet on these ones. And to me, it sounded completely crazy to do that. And it's kind of like the same thing today, is thinking of the future, and actually in 2 years or three years time, that's what will happen.